All right. So today we're going to kind of continue that conversation that we started last week about colors. And so, just as a little recap, last week we actually spent most of our time in discussion, looking at some different colors and talking about what pops into our head when we think about those colors or what they make us think of. And so, we spent some time talking about. The universal meanings that colors can have, cultural meanings, and even personal meanings. So, knowing that colors can have different meanings for you and for me, they don't have to be the same. And so, at the end, we had just a little reflection time on our own color meanings. And so, thinking about the colors that we surround ourselves with, whether it's our favorite color, the color we dress ourselves with or decorate our house with, the colors that make us feel peaceful, or colors we try to avoid. But we spent some time thinking about those colors and why we use those colors. And maybe the answer is, I don't know, I'm just drawn to that color, and that's totally fine. But maybe those colors bring up memories or associations that that kind of make them those go-to colors for us. And colors affect us more than we realize. And I think we kind of talked about that a lot last week as well. We also looked at a page from Frida Kahlo's journal where she goes through her personal meanings of colors before we went into our own exploration of our colors that we use. And so today we're going to spend a little time creating a color aura. And I know not everyone may have had their aura taken or looked into their own personal aura, and that's okay. We're going to kind of go through this process together. We're going to do just a little body scan meditation. So for those who haven't done any kind of body scan meditation before, it's very simply just kind of being aware of your body and just being present. And I'll guide us through that. And then through like choosing our auras before we start making our colors, our color auras. But color auras are basically just the color that surrounds us, the color that emanates from us. And I know, when you look at a person, you don't see color surrounding them, right? So it's kind of on a deeper level for sure. But each layer of our aura is said to be represented by a different color. And so some people believe that the way that these colors vary and interact with each other really illustrates how emotionally, spiritually, and physically complex we are. And so your aura is said to kind of change over time too. So colors may come and go. It changes with emotions, right? It changes with experiences. It's not always the same. And it's said that some layers may be brighter or more vibrant, and some layers may be a duller or more mute. Whether you're feeling excited or stressed, depressed or joy. Generally, your aura is read by a spiritual advisor or taken with a special camera. But I believe that we intuitively know what our auras are, even whether we've spent time thinking about it or not. Because the truth is, we're drawn to certain colors. We surround ourselves with certain colors, and those colors carry meaning for us. Even if we haven't thought about that, they carry meaning. And so, what I'd like us to do today is just kind of go through just a little meditation, guided meditation, into being present in our body and kind of discovering what colors we surround ourselves with, our auras. And so, before we start that, though, I wanted to just do a little PowerPoint on some different ways people have expressed their color auras. And so some of them may be familiar, may have seen some before. And most common is on the left here, these photos. There's a special camera that evidently can capture your aura. And so these are some examples of that. But there's also these creative expressions, right? And so you can see in the center image, those are several different auras that people have created. And even on the right here, it's not like color blocking or shapes like the center one, but it's someone expressing their aura with lines and colors. Right? So these are a couple examples. And here's some more too. And you can see that people express it in different ways. Spray paint, pastels and acrylic, and even watercolor. Auras don't have to look a certain way. They can really be whatever we want them to be. Um, and so we're going to go through just a little time of guided reflection before we start our creative practice today. Before we jump into just like just kind of like a little check-in from last week, we did that color reflection, and I was just curious if anyone, as you went through your week, if you started becoming more aware of the colors you have around you, and it's okay if not. If you just caught yourself every now and then thinking, oh, I'm starting to notice this color more and more in my house, or let's go ahead. Let's kind of get comfortable in your space. So whether you are standing or sitting or even laying down, however you are right now, just kind of feel your body relax just a little bit. And just feel your shoulders kind of relax. Maybe take a deep breath in, let it go. And then if it feels comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes or lower your gaze in the distance. And just kind of notice your breathing. Bring your awareness there. Notice the way the air feels as it goes in your body and as it leaves your body. Maybe you're noticing the cool air as it goes in. Maybe it's not cool air. And noticing that air. And bring awareness to your body right now. Notice the way your body rises and falls as you take your breath. Maybe put your hand on your tummy or your chest and feel that movement as you breathe. Maybe notice how your clothes feel against your body, the movement of your clothes against your skin. Just let your breathing slow down just a little. Let's go ahead and bring awareness to our feet. Whether you're standing or sitting, notice the pressure on your feet. Maybe you're wearing socks, maybe you're barefoot. Feel the pressure of the floor. Bring awareness to your legs. Noticing what's touching your legs, whether it's clothes or just the air, maybe a blanket. And start to bring your awareness up your legs, to your knees. Noticing sensations as you move your awareness up. And bring your awareness to your thighs and your bottom and your back. You're sitting, noticing the pressure of the chair or the clothes. Just bring your awareness up to your chest and your shoulders. Noticing the movement of your body again as you breathe, feeling your chest rise and fall, feeling your shoulders relax. Bringing your awareness to your arms, maybe the texture of the clothes that you're wearing, or the pressure of your arm against the arm of the chair or your leg. Back up your body to your arms, your shoulders, noticing your neck. Maybe you feel hair against your skin, the air against your skin. And moving your awareness up to your head. Bring your awareness back to your body as a whole, not just looking at the parts, but thinking of your body as one. And just take a moment and imagine your aura surrounding you, enveloping you. Maybe it's the same shape of your body. Maybe it's more a light around you or a blanket that you're wrapping around you. And just imagine it right now surrounding you, protecting you. Making you feel safe and covered. And just imagine that aura like a blanket around you. So no tension can enter from the outside, no thoughts from the outside. Just imagine that softness around you. Just to think about our colors now. Maybe it's the colors we had from last week. Maybe it's different today. And I think about your favorite color again. That color you claim is your own. Maybe you have one, or maybe you have a few. Just imagine that color wrapping around you. Think about the color that you wear the most, the color that you decorate your house with, those colors that you surround yourself with. Just imagine putting that color on, and maybe as a layer of a blanket that you're just wrapping around yourself. And think about the color that you associate with happiness, with peace, with safety. Just imagine wrapping them around you. wearing these different layers of colors, colors that you claim as yours, colors that you just feel safe and comfortable in. When you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes or bring your focus back to the screen. We're going to jump right into the making part. And so if you have your paper or your journal, go ahead and open that up to a clean page. And pull out those colors that you brought with you today, whether it's colored pencils, markers, watercolor, or paper. I'm going to be using colored pencils for mine. I'm going to turn the screen to the next image just to kind of give us examples of how our piece can look. Let's start off by taking our mind back to those colors that we were wrapping ourselves in. And go ahead and pull out your first color, whichever color that is, whichever color stands out to you, go ahead and pull that out. And let's start creating this aura, knowing that it can take any form, any shape. It can be starting with a ball in the center with layers coming out, like some of these images, or it can be lines. It can be a simple figure drawn with color splotches all over. But take a moment, that first color, start adding that to your paper. Maybe it helps to think about maybe the color that you feel safest with, the color that gives you peace. Just start adding that color to your paper. Again, it can be circles starting in the center. It can be an image, maybe a figure. Start adding those colors. And as you're doing that today, as you change those colors out, build that image up, take some time to be really intentional, or be intentional about focusing on why those colors are standing out to you. And as I said before, there may not be a reason. It may just be just because, and that's okay. And start adding those colors in. Maybe thinking back on the layers that we added, like the blanket, wrapping ourselves in. Maybe you're just feeling a certain color today. You just want to do shades of one color. Just start building that up. It doesn't have to be in any order. And there's no wrong way or right way to do it. Just start filling those colors in. And take your time with it. Maybe you're in a place where you're not exactly sure what color to use or what to even draw. And know that that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, because there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's really just about intuition, right? You have a pile of colors in front of you. Maybe it's about paying attention to what colors jump out at you at this time. Maybe think about just how you're feeling in this moment. You could assign a color to that. What would that be? They don't have to go together. Just start adding those colors in. If you find your mind starting to wander a little bit, know that that's okay. That's just our brain doing what it was meant to do, think and process. And just be gentle with yourself and guide your thoughts back to those colors. Laying those colors on the page. And taking your time with it. Maybe you're noticing that the color choices that you're sticking with are all the same color. They're just different tones of the same color. And that's okay too. You don't have a variety of color with you, or you don't have the colors that you're feeling, and that's okay too. Sometimes it's more about writing the name of the color down instead of actually putting that color on there. And just take your time with it today. Whether you're expressing it like one of the images on the screen, or you come up with your own way to express it, that's good too. Just filling in those colors now. Maybe your color aura has a figure in it. Maybe it has a shape or a symbol. Um, but I want to encourage you to just be open. I know sometimes it may feel a little silly to go through a process like this. Um, as I said earlier, there's something about this process that's very intuitive. So thinking about um, not thinking about what, but more thinking about why we do this. So why we're pulling these certain colors, why we're laying them together, not thinking about what color goes next, but just letting our hand kind of guide us on this process. Very different from ones we've done in the past. But just kind of being open to what color comes is the color that needs to come. What shape comes is the shape that needs to come. Just let the colors grow, build on that page, however. Maybe you're coming to a stopping place now. You feel like you've added the colors and the shapes that feel right or that just happened. Take a moment to look back on what you're doing. Look at the colors that are on your paper. Think about that meaning that you can, that we assign those colors. It can be universal meanings, or can be very personal meanings. What a color means to you may be different from what it means to someone else, and that's okay. Um, but notice the colors that you're choosing. I want you to think for a moment as you're doing it. If there's something that surprises you just a little bit in the color choices or the way you put it on the paper. Was there no surprise at all? You normally lean towards these colors, and so those are the colors that you knew you were going to pull. And just take a moment to think about those colors. Notice those colors.